Hey there, how's it going everybody? Just want to do a quick profile on this 5-year-old Hugelkultur mound on the left side here. Now every year this mound has gotten more and more abundant as the biomass that was used to build up the mound has continually broke down, making those nutrients available to the plants. And any initial nitrogen tie-up that may have occurred is definitely being released so that the plants can uptake that. I've done no fertilizing on this mound this year, and as you can see, it's just covered with plants. I'm just going to do a quick walk around, show you some of what's growing on this mound, and then just give you my overall thoughts and opinions after 5 years of doing Hugelkultur, how I feel about the whole thing. So starting at the end here, you see we've got the purple tree collard, just a wonderfully abundant crop, does very well on Hugelkultur, provides plenty of food for me and my family. Down at the base here, we have some Egyptian walking onions. I really like planting this plant around the base of the Hugelkultur, works out really well. Just behind that, here's a potato patch. This patch has perennialized as I left last year's harvest in the ground. It's come back strong. And behind that, here's an annual squash vine. This is the blue Hokkaido, which is just like a kabocha, just blue. And we had several of the fava bean plants on here, which I had planted for nitrogen fixation. Cut most of them back, but I've still got a couple left on the mound. I'm allowing those pods to fully mature, go to seed for seed stock. Here you can see we've got a tomato plant looking rather healthy. And just to the right of that, a barrage plant, edible flowers, edible leaves. And we've got plenty of comfrey all around this mound, around the base of the mound. And this comfrey is going to flower, but this is the Bocking 14 varietal, so there's no need to worry about it seeding and spreading, getting out of control on you. So I really like this variety of comfrey. It's been thriving on the system. Just behind that, we've got a patch of mugwort, and this mugwort is really taken off. This is a special plant. I like using it to make FPJ and incense. Now these yellow flowers are coming off of a perennial merit collard, and with this plant you can allow it to go to flower and collect seed from it, which I've done, and I've successfully propagated many more plants that appear to be just like the mother plant from those seeds. Or you can cut the flowers back and help push the plant back into producing more green leaves. Otherwise, you can just allow it to go through its full cycle, and then it will once again start to push out these big leaves again. Got some more barrage here. Here's a ceanothus. This is a shrub, drought-tolerant, nitrogen-fixing shrub. Got some more Egyptian walking onions there at the base. And this here was grown from seed. This is some sort of hybrid. I haven't given it a name yet, but it definitely looks like a mix between the merit collard and the purple tree collard. That's doing well on the mound. Of course, we got more comfrey there at the base. At this end here, we've got some oregano spread out. I really like this plant as a living mulch cover. Very easy to just dig up a little clump and transplant. Nice perennial herb, great for cooking. And I've got this cage here protecting the stumps of the moringa tree that's perennialized and come back several years now. Hoping to see sprouts in June. That's usually when it reemerges here. Over on this side, there's a cayenne pepper growing at the base. And this is now a dried flower. This was a vibrant red, and this was some of the red clover that I had sprinkled atop the entire mound as a nitrogen fixer. Most of it had gotten covered up with soil when I added to the mound in the winter time, and that killed it back and allowed those nitrogen nodules to be released into the mound. Here at the base of the hugel is a Tulsi basil, also an Okinawan spinach coming up there, got another tomato. See some more of the merit collard leaves there. More onions, more comfrey. Back over here, got a ground cherry. Producing lots of little fruits there. Down here is some yacon coming up. I didn't plant that, I harvested, and I must have left a couple of the tubers in the ground because it's coming back. So overall, I've been very happy with this project. Hugelkultur has been a lot of fun to work with. I've learned a lot over the years, And some of my initial aspirations with this project were to create a drought-tolerant raised bed, and I've had some good success with very minimal watering on these beds. But what I've grown most fond of with this style of gardening is just using the biomass that's available on my property and recycling that on site, building up your soil, and creating a raised bed that's easy to access. Now, in the past, I worked really hard to retain moisture in these mounds by putting a thick layer of mulch on the top, usually wood chips. And this year, I haven't had to do that. As you can see, the planting is so dense and everything's so abundant that it's really working as a living mulch at this point. Now, I have so many more ideas I want to implement with the Hugelkultur. I'm thinking about making a mushroom Hugelkultur at some point, and something else I'll share with you over on this younger mound over here. You can see where I'd taken some fig tree cuttings and used that as some of the wood buildup on this mound this year, and it's starting to grow out new little trees. So there's another idea. Take a whole bunch of fig tree cuttings, cover it with dirt, make yourself a fig tree Hugelkultur, prune it down low so you don't have big old trees growing off of it unless you want that, and see what happens. So everybody have a wonderful evening. Until next time, this is Dan from plantabundance.com, reminding you to be well and plant abundance.